Occupational psychology and psychometric testing is becoming more and more important. Almost every time that we ask a candidate to go through a psychometric profile, they'll say, I did that years ago and it was rubbish, it produced completely the wrong results, I don't trust them at all. Today, psychometric testing, aptitude testing and occupational psychology have made enormous strides, and they're now almost scarily accurate. What we ask people to do, because we always provide our candidates with a copy of the psychometric profile, we think that's important because it allows them to see the documents that the judgments on them are being made on. There is a chance for them to come back and discuss them, but of course the psychometric profile will be very accurate. What we say to people is, take it away, read it yourself, then give it to the person in the world that you trust most of all, apart from yourself, because obviously the person that you trust most in the world is yourself. We ask people to give it to someone else and say, is that me? And very often the answer will be different, because our candidates will look at it themselves and say, that's not me, that's nothing like me. But the person who will give them the honest answer will say, well, actually it is. It's very close to you. We then use those psychometric profiles to give to our clients, and our clients will look at them and our clients will say, okay, I want to poke and prod around at a second interview into this area, into that area. This person, according to their psychometric profile, is not a good team player. I need a good team player. Now, psychometric profiles, however good they are actually a reflection of that person's preferences, not necessarily the way they are. So it could be that their preference is not to be a team player, but in a working environment they are in fact a good team player. So the client can then poke and prod around in that area with their questioning. We can even give them the questions to ask, and they poke and prod around in there and they then discover exactly what it is that that person is being driven by. Are they genuinely a poor team player, or are they a good team player who would prefer not to be? We work very, very closely with them, and as I touched on earlier, we actually provide our clients with the right questions to ask. If they say to us, we want to poke and prod around in a particular area with this candidate because it's very important to us. It's very important, for instance, perhaps, that the client must be completely stress-free, or the candidate rather should be completely stress-free. If that's the case, then we will provide questions that are directed to ask and to probe and to get the candidate to say whether or not they do suffer from stress within a work environment. So we work very, very closely with the clients, and we do give the clients as much guidance. We'll actually sit in on the interview as well. And very often what we're asked to do is to sit in on the interview and we conduct the interview. Our client simply sits and watches what's happening. That works very well. Equally well, we can work with a system where our client conducts the interview and we simply observe. And we will make observations at the end of the interview.